It is a pleasure to talk with you today as his brother and sister in Christ. My name is John Rakutendine. I am a pastor now serving as General Secretary in Fjkm Church. I want to share with you about Fjkm Batserai and the difficulties which are the Fjkm and the people of Madagascar are facing because of damage and destruction. As many of you may know, Cyclone Batserai hit Madagascar on Saturday, February 5th. You are learning that Cyclone Batserai has been one of the most destructive cyclones to hit Madagascar in November 19 since Cyclone Gafelu in 2004 and before that Cyclone Geralda 1994. Batserai touched down at Mananzar in southeast Madagascar and traveled across the island extending near Toliar on the southwest coast. Current official reports show that there were at least 121 deaths, 143,000 victims, 8,800 destroyed, hosts destroyed, but information is still coming in from people in impacted areas. Some of these areas are quite remote and have become isolated by the damage caused by the cyclone. Batserai caused an incredible amount of structural damage to homes, schools, and church. Information received at the Fjkm headquarters saw that 80 high church suffered major damage, with 242 completely destroyed. At least 46 Fjkm schools were damaged or destroyed, with 120 classrooms completely destroyed and 89 flat roofs. Because of this, over 8,400 students at Fjkm school are unable to study. Shortly after the cyclone passed, I had the opportunity to travel with Fjkm President Irakonde Maswami to Mananzar and other places damaged by the cyclone to personally see some of the impact. We prayed with people and provided encouragement and small amount of relief money. We visited the Fjkm to Bambatulambu in Mananzar, that was completely destroyed. Looking at what's happened, there gives a picture of how destructive the cyclone has to build in to people's lives as well as how resilient the fire their faith is. To be a spiritual center where people come for spiritual and physical care and healing. The home of the couple leading the two was completely destroyed. The buildings that host sick people and was caring for them were also completely destroyed. The chapel was destroyed. But villagers did not give up their work. They have set up a makeshift place of worship. They used the roofs of the destroyed buildings to make a place for the sick people and was caring for them to live. There are 15 people staying in this structure. When you come through, you are able to pray with them and encourage them. Following are pictures of church and school that were damaged or destroyed. Please remember that each picture represents adult and children's lives that are impacted by the destruction you see. At Manatinasu, the Fjkm school suffered extensive damage and the church was destroyed. The largest school in Mananzar lost its roofs. Many homes were also destroyed. The Fjkm has received photos from some of the area who were not able to visit. There was extensive damage to crops. This damage is much more difficult to quantify. Right now, most people still have some stored food. Hunger will become a major issue after 1 or 2 months when people will be needing to get food from current crops, that in many cases were destroyed. On our trip, people told us, "You have enough food now, but in 2 months we have nothing because our crops have been destroyed." On 22 February, another cyclone imminently hit southeastern Madagascar. It came ashore a little to the south of Battery entrance point and traveled in more southerly direction, affecting some area already hit by Battery, in addition further south. Reports are just starting to come in of major damage from this storm. When we were visiting the southeast, you were experiencing people's faith and the fact that they have already started rebuilding their church and school. What is Fjkm doing? You have put together a national coordinating committee that is helping to assess the damage to people, church and schools. You are still gathering information from Synod President, Pastor and School Director about the damage. The Fjkm Development Department will be conducting a needs assessments according to national and international disaster norms as soon as funds are in place. They will be focusing on isolated areas that other groups have not assessed. Fjkm has launched an appeal to all Fjkm Christians and church to assist in whatever way they can. Donations are coming in. However, the destruction is so great that we cannot do it alone, To be able to help people recover, to rebuild our school and church, we need your prayer and helps. Thank you so much for those who have been praying for us. This is a great encouragement. We also greatly appreciate any contribution that you might be able to make so that the church can be witness to people in this time of great need. Hebrews 6:10. God will not forget the work you did or the love you showed for him in the help you gave and still are giving to your fellow Christian. Thank you very much for partnering with us.